Look at that. That is Cumberland pie right there. Filling, mash, breadcrumbs and cheesy cheddar on the top. All deliciously melted. It smells amazing. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing Cumberland pie all the way from Cumbria in the northwest of the UK. A fantastic comforting dish. It's supported families for many a year. Originally it was probably made up of using up leftover roast meats or meats, developed into using beef, as in beef mince. Now you can put lamb in there or whatever, you can put any meat in that you like, but traditionally it's made with beef mince. It's a bit like a cottage pie, but with a difference. In here I have some potatoes which I've already peeled and cubed up, ready for putting on for mashing. In there with some salt. And I'm going to stick this on behind me while we crack on with the front stuff. Okay, it's a nice and easy recipe actually. Got a pan, got a little bit of oil in your pan. Up to you how much, what oil, up to you. Got a flame on, and we want to be going in there with our minced beef. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Salt to taste, pepper to taste. This is the only time you're seasoning your meat, get it in there. Start to break it down and start to cook your meat. Just give it a little turn over, give it a little working in there. Start to cook it off, we'll lose a little bit of that colour, and then we're going to chuck in our onions and garlic. Still a little bit pink, but that's fine. In there, garlic and onions. A little, just one of those in there, just stir it up. Nothing too drastic. Just start to cook out the rawness of the garlic and the onion. Now it's going to cook for about 15 minutes this mix, so it doesn't really matter if you don't quite cook all the onions out straight away. Now while we've got all that fluid coming out of there, this is the time I like to add my herbs. And this is a pinch of dried thyme, probably about a teaspoon of dried thyme. You can add rosemary if you so wish. Now this is going to rehydrate with the fluid that's in there and flavour the meat. Smells lovely too now actually. Seasonings. I've got Henderson's and I've got Worcester sauce. Henderson's it's basically like a soy sauce. It is nowhere near the same as Worcester sauce. I'm going to use Worcester sauce. I'm going in there with about a tablespoon. Worcester sauce has anchovies in, Henderson's doesn't. To me, Henderson's is not as strong a flavour as Worcester sauce. It depends on what you like. And for all those people that don't have Henderson's and don't have Worcester sauce, in with some soy sauce. In with our carrots. Now you could add any veg to this, you can add celery, anything. It's entirely up to you. Now I've got some frozen peas here, and I'm just going to put a sprinkling in there, look. Not much. What works really well with this is frozen mixed veg. However, I do realise that a lot of people don't like the corn in mixed veg, so that's up to you. Now, what you can do, I'm going to put this in here just for a little bit of colour actually, that's all I'm doing it for. Because you could serve this with peas when you serve up. It's up to you. But that looks better. So by putting the peas in there, you've got a bit of green in there. You could then serve this with broccoli or cauliflower or anything like that. Beans, anything which is completely different to what the ingredients you've got in here. In there, a good heaped tablespoon of tomato paste or tomato puree. Give that a little stir in. In here I have some gravy powder mixed up with just hot water to make a gravy. I'm going to put that in there. Now the brand I've used for this is Knorr. I like Knorr products. And all we're going to do is let that cook in there nice and gently for about 12 minutes until those carrots soften. Now you can put a lid on if you want, but I want a thick gravy, so I'm going to cook it without. Just keep coming along and just give it a little stir. A nice little stir on there. Stop it from sticking anywhere. There's quite a lot of fluid at the moment, so it's not going to stick really. Okay, that's looking absolutely tremendous. We got a lovely lush gravy going on in there with that meat and that tiny bit of veg. That looks sensational. Another 5 minutes and that comes off. And that's going to give us time to drain our potatoes, put them back on the heat and give them a little quick minute, dry them out, give them a shake, fluff them up, and then we can start mashing. Okay, that has got it. We don't need to do any more than that. We want some gravy, so that's flame off, and we're just going to put that to one side, let it cool down. Mashed potatoes can't be any easier. Chuck in some butter. Come on, everybody knows how to make mashed potatoes. Everybody has their own recipe. In there with a little bit of butter. And a little bit of pepper for me. I like that little hidden flavour. Tiny amount of salt, not much. Salt to taste, entirely up to you. A little bit of milk. We want a creamy mash for this one. In we go. I'm using a masher. You can use a potato ricer, you can do it any which way you want, that's up to you. I want a little bit of texture in my mashed potatoes, so I won't be making them creamy. I hate mashed potatoes. I think potatoes should have a bit of lumps in, you know. And then you know you're eating potato and not packet mash. Smell lovely and buttery. Lovely. Okay. That is potatoes mashed. In here I have some breadcrumbs. In here melted butter. Add that to that. Give it a little stir through. Now you could add seasoning to this if you want. You could add a little pinch of dried parsley or something, whatever you like. We're not going to go for that, we're just going for the butter top. That'll do. So it's assemble time. Grab yourself a tray, grab yourself whatever you're going to put your Cumberland pie in, and then we just want to put our meat mix in there. Give it a little one of those. So up to now, we've got the same filling for a cottage pie. Now we're going to transform it into our Cumberland pie. Right, we want some mashed potato on there. The usual. Dump it on. Now I always come down the middle first. You do it any which way you like, and then I come in the sides. I try to come right up to the side, because I actually want the mashed potato to hang near the edge. So using your fork all the way to the edge. Now you always put this sort of stuff on a tray, because even though our gravy is quite thick, it still will bubble. And if it bubbles over, you don't want to be cleaning your oven where you can just soak the tray. Okay, our breadcrumbs in butter on there. This transforms a cottage pie into a Cumberland pie. And the icing on the cake, as far as a Cumberland pie goes, some cheddar cheese. And that is our perfect Cumberland pie. Preheat your oven. Now, if you were cooking at home, you would be preheating your oven to about 190. I'm using an air fryer. I'm using the HYSapientia 24 litre air fryer. So we are just going to go on and we are going to set the temperature for about 180. Preheat the oven, which is only going to be preheated for possibly a minute, and we're going to shove the pie in. Okay, we have a couple of minutes on there in the oven, nice and steady, and we're probably going to set the time for about 25 minutes, but you know, this thing is going to be browned over within about 15 minutes and it can come out. So just have a look in here. You can see already we've got a lovely golden crust. You can take that out now, or you can take it a little bit further. Okay, we've had 15 minutes. 15 minutes at 180. I'm turning that off and I'm bringing my pie out. That is perfectly cooked. Just look at that Cumberland pie made. It looks absolutely fantastic. It smells fantastic. Oh, we're going to let it cool a little minute. And then we're actually going to cut through the top of this crispy crust. Just so we don't rip it all off. We'll just cut through there so we can take a slice out. All I'm going to do is cut through that cheese top. You can see how crispy that is, look, and it will all lift up if you're not careful when you come to serve. So take a knife and just come through that crispy cheesy top. Now you decide how many portions you want. You know, 4 portions, 6 portions, there's easy 6 portions there. So I guess all there is to do is get in here and get some of this out of here. You ready? Oh, look at that. Fabulous. Just look at that. That is sensational. That is Cumberland pie made. Look at that. Come on. That really does look a thing of beauty. All that stacked up light mashed potato there on top of our filling with a crispy cheesy top. Right in here. Oh. Oh, perfect. Let's get in here. Look at this. Fluffy, fluffy mashed potato with those breadcrumbs. Sensational. And the carrots have still got a little bit of crunch. Look at that. This is what I say about we had to cut through when we did. If not, you take off the whole cheese top. Nice breadcrumbs in there with the mashed potatoes. Look, it looks even fluffier. It looks superb in there. Some of that cheesy, crusty top. Oh, come on. Get that with some of that mash. Oh, Look at that. That is Cumberland pie right there. Filling, mash, breadcrumbs and cheesy cheddar on the top. All deliciously melted. It smells amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, that is Cumberland pie made, if you like what we're doing. Share with your friends, share all over, help the channel grow. Big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. That is delightful.